All right, today we're going to dig into a really, really clever system that is totally changing the game for local buying and selling. It's a fantastic case study in how to take those common, super frustrating problems and solve them with a simple, almost elegant solution.
So let's start with a feeling I know you've had. You list something. Somebody says, I'll take it. You agree. And then, boom, suddenly 5 more messages flood your inbox. Some people even offering you more money. It's that awful, sinking feeling of, oh no, did I just mess that up?
And look, it's just as bad from the other side, right? You finally find that perfect thing you've been looking for, you're all set to buy it, but you refresh the page and nope, someone beat you to it by just a few seconds. It feels less like a fair market and more like a game of who has the fastest fingers. So let's actually break down this headache, because these aren't just little annoyances, they're symptoms of a system that's just fundamentally broken. That old first come, first served idea, it just doesn't really work in our fast-paced online world. This slide really nails it. First comment wins sounds fair, but in reality, it just creates a ton of pressure for sellers and honestly makes buyers feel cheated. And all those side messages flying around, that just creates confusion and there's zero transparency. The system itself becomes the problem. And here's the most important point. This goes way beyond just being inconvenient. When a marketplace is chaotic, it starts to break down the trust between neighbors. It makes buying and selling in your own community feel stressful when it should be easy and, community-focused. So what if there was a better way? This is where the story gets really interesting. We need to talk about the Baldwin County Auction House, which has evolved into something way smarter than a normal auction site. They've created a hybrid model to fix these exact problems. So here's the core idea. It's a hybrid. And it's brilliant because it takes the best of both worlds. You get the simplicity of just listing an item for a set price, but it cleverly brings in the fairness of an auction only when there's actually competing interest. Okay, now this is the secret sauce. This is the engine that makes the whole thing work. Let's get into how this 6-hour countdown works, because this is what turns all that chaos into total clarity. Everything comes down to this one number, 6. 6 hours. They call it the competitive window. And it's this set, transparent amount of time that guarantees every single buyer a fair shot and helps every seller find out what their item is really worth. Okay, so here's how it works. Step 1. A seller lists an item at their asking price. Now, here's the key. Nothing happens yet. The clock doesn't start. Step 2, a buyer comes along and makes a serious offer at or even above that asking price. This is the trigger. This is the magic moment. The 6-hour countdown officially begins. Step 3, for the next 6 hours, everyone else can see the current high offer and submit their own, higher offers. And finally, step 4, when that clock hits 0, the highest offer wins. It's that simple. It's automatic, and it's completely transparent. So that's the how, but what about the why? Why is this so much better? Well, it all comes down to one word, fairness. The whole system is built from the ground up to be fair for everybody. Let's look at the benefits for both sides. For sellers, the relief is huge. Remember that panic we talked about? Gone. There's no more pressure to commit to the very first person. The chaos of trying to manage 10 different offers in your inbox, that disappears. And maybe best of all, you don't have to guess if you priced your item too low. That 6-hour window lets the community tell you exactly what it's worth. And for buyers, oh man, it is a complete game changer. That awful feeling of being 2 seconds too late, it's gone. You have a clear 6-hour window to make a decision. The whole process is out in the open. You know exactly what the high bid is. It just creates a level playing field, giving everyone who's interested an equal shot. And this is more than just a clever bit of software. This is a solution that was born from and built for a specific community. The vision here is way bigger than just transactions. It's about building a better, more trustworthy local marketplace for everyone. I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Fair, transparent, community-driven. Every single part of the system we just walked through is designed to deliver on these 3 promises. It's their mission statement in action. So if you're thinking, hey, this sounds pretty cool, it's super easy to check it out. You can just visit the platform at bcah.net, create a free account to see how it works, or even just follow their page to watch it all happen in real time. And that's really what it all boils down to. This is about taking a process that was full of friction and anxiety, and just re-engineering it to be smarter, fairer, and frankly, just better for everyone involved. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought, right? This was a brilliant fix for a local marketplace, but it really makes you wonder, what other systems in our daily lives do we just accept as the way things are? What other frustrating processes could be totally transformed if we just stopped for a second and rethought the basic rules?